and welcome to ET Garage. Today's video is going to be about my problems I'm having with the refresh I did on this 383. It's now 385 for those who haven't been watching. And I just got it in and running the other day. And I finally got it out yesterday put some miles on it, break-in miles. I got about 130 miles, I think, on it. But I ran into a couple of problems, and I'll go over them here in a second. Okay, one of the biggest problems I had was this throttle body. It was sticking, and it wouldn't it would idle like 2,000 RPM, and that was causing me problems yesterday, especially when I had to come to a stop. And the problem is, well, this engine was at the machine shop, and I was waiting for it to come back. I took the throttle body, gave it a good cleaning with throttle body cleaner, and cleaned the shaft and everything. And I guess that throttle body cleaner got into where the bearings are, because this type of throttle body, BBK, actually has ball bearings on the ends, and then just the bushing, basically just goes through the housing in the middle, and was actually squeaking and sticking, and causing, like I said, it was causing the idle at 2,000 RPM. So after I got back from my drive, I ended up taking this off and basically squirting oil into all the bearings, the bearings and the center bushing, and just working it back and forth, and it's real nice and smooth now. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Another problem I had was the upper radiator hose. Can't see it here because I cut it out, but it formed a crack going this way, and I ended up cutting that section out and just stretching that and using it until this one showed up late yesterday. This is a new one. So I put that new upper radiator hose on and fixed that. And next big thing that I'm having, and this is bugging the hell out of me, is I am getting a bunch of false knocks. And I believe the false knock might be from the new knock sensor that I put in. It might be oversensitive. I have to go through a process of elimination, of course, to do that. There are several things I can do to see if it's false knock or not. I can just reduce timing in that area where it's knocking. All the knocking, though, is like as soon as you start it up and just backing out of the driveway. There's no load on it, so there shouldn't be any pinging or knocking going on, and there's no discernible pinging either. And all the false knocks, what I think are false knocks, are happening in low load conditions under the low RPM. Under high loads, high RPMs, I'm not seeing any knock at all. So that's what I'm thinking. It's false knock. It could be the new knock sensor I put in is oversensitive. It could be the wire, the way I got the wire routed, and this is what it says in the factory service manual. It's the way the wire is routed behind the motor. It goes right past the HEI distributor and to the ECU, and it could be that picking up false signal. So right now I'm going to warm the garage up. I got the engine heater into the engine to warm that up because I want the oil warm when I start this up. I'm still running the straight 30 weight break-in oil. I'll be running that for at least another 400 or 500 miles. And so it's cold out here. As long as it's below 35 degrees, I'm going to pre-warm the oil. And right now outside it's 24. So I want to warm the garage up, and I got to jack the car up. And what I'm going to do is stick this old sensor. I'm not going to put this old sensor in the block. I'm going to just hook it up to the wire and start the car and see what happens, and see if if I get a bunch of knock signals, then I know it's the wire running behind the distributor that's picking up signals. If that doesn't fix it, if that's not it, then I'll go ahead and replace the knock sensor with the old one and see if that helps. If that doesn't help, I might have to desensitize the knock sensor. And how you do that is you put Teflon tape on here, and that kind of like dampens the knock going through the block into the sensor. These sensors get actually torqued when you put them in there. They get torqued to 14 foot-pounds. I did torque that one, the 14 foot-pounds. the fact that I'm getting all these knock readings at idle, like I can just sit there and rivet up at idle, not even in gear, and you see the knock counts go up. That tells me pretty sure they're false knock counts. So I got to do stuff like that. Meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get the garage warmed up and then get things going. Okay, with the old knock sensor just hooked up to the wire and dangling, I only got 2 to 4 knock counts when I started it up. First time starting up cold, I got 4. After I warmed it up and started it, I got 2 knock counts. That's about normal. Before it would get like 9 knock counts instantly, and if you ripped it up, it would go up to like 20 to 25. So I'm hoping that it's the knock sensor. I'm going to have to take the old one out, like I said. Hopefully it comes out without any problem. And of course I have a heat shield. The heat shield that goes over there, I have to remove that to get that knock sensor out. So I have to remove that. And when you remove the knock sensor on a L98, it actually screws into the lower drain port on the block. So when you unscrew that, coolant's going to come out. It doesn't matter if you drain all the coolant out or not, it just comes out. And because it sits there in that lower part of the block. So I got to get that out and hopefully not get too much coolant on my ass. It's the one thing I hate about doing it. Also, the engine's warm now, and the headers are warm, so I got to worry about getting burned and all that good stuff. But, I should be all right, I guess. I'll find out here shortly. All right. After getting drenched up to my armpit in coolant, I got the new knock sensor out, the original one back in, and I'm going to start it up, and I'll hook up my scanner, start it up, and hopefully that fixed it. So I won't know till I start it up. I know I did eliminate that I'm getting false knock from where the wire runs behind the distributor, so at least I eliminated that. So here we go. All right, good news. That seems to have fixed it. So I guess this new knock sensor is, which is assembled in Mexico, is too sensitive. This is I believe this is an AC Delco one. I believe I ordered it through Summit, but so is the one that I have in there. Of course, this one's gold anodized and that one's silver. That might have been gold anodized when it was new. But this is oversensitive, so it could be this is actually the wrong part number. They sent the wrong part number because there are different knock sensors for different GM vehicles. They have different sensitivity, and but it was the right one that I ordered for my car, as far as I know. So I guess I'll put this aside somewhere, and there's no way I know of testing it. There probably is some way, but it's a good thing I held on to my old one, and it's a good thing I was able to get my old one out without destroying it, so I'm happy about that. all I can do is go out and road test it and data log and see how my the rest of my knock counts are. When I did refresh this motor, I did go into the tune and back off the timing everywhere just to play it safe. I don't know. All I can do is data log and see what happens. But I'll end the video here. Thanks everybody for watching. Everybody have a great day and God bless.